Hi Leo, welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there. Now, right off the bat, I'm getting the feeling and the message of this being a very busy, even for some, a jam-packed next 2 days for you. With planning and the Chariot card being the two overall energies, I really feel like you're planning for what lies ahead, your successful Leo future. For somebody drawn to the reading, there's something you're meant to and will acquire, keywording, that entails you needing to lock down, secure a set amount of finances. But it feels like you have concerns, worry, right? Questions, or one big question in general. I feel like this does give you a sense of freedom, in after you do secure what you need to. But up until that point, I don't feel like any messages or any readings are going to give you the peace and security that securing the situation will provide you. Does that make sense? But with the Knight of Swords as well, it does feel like you're up and going. You feel the inclination to be moving, for some to be exercising, getting into better shape, or just taking care of your health. You will need to remember that rushing is not going to do you any justice. It will not serve you at this time, and really in general, if you think about it and think back, it doesn't serve you. But they're saying slow it down, plan to make sure that time is on your side. But in general, it feels like time is on your side. It's a sense of you maybe going to see an opportunity that is meant for you, and it won't be locked down until a certain date, fast forwarding. But I do feel like as well, there's something else you're trying to acquire. So it just feels like there are maybe two major areas of your life that you're making sure work out more so, or just in general, to your advantage. Now, I feel like energy is affecting you, okay? And with this being said and done, I feel like you need to cleanse your energy more, or just in general. I feel like you need to take a deep breath, and if need be, delay something and separate yourself from the situation. Right now, somebody is vacuuming, even, I want to say, on a different floor upstairs, and that energy is affecting me. And it doesn't have to be to that, strong extent for you, but there are different levels of energy, whether you want to give credit to that, admit it or not, it's affecting you. But let's pull a couple more. You need to know that things are going to work out. Your world is developing at this time, and I feel as if there's going to be what feels like a bittersweet but accepted ending that lies in your near future. And I do feel like this is within one of those categories that you're planning to secure something else, for that transition of importance. But it does feel like you can't help but think about what your future may look like. They're saying, okay, yes, this next 2-day period heavily, in general, focuses upon and pushes you to focus upon your Leo future. But what about the present moment, right? What is needing to be more so focused upon or accomplished, to be one with in this present time for you? Because everything that lies ahead is not everything. You know what I mean? Because then what if, you acquire and successfully achieve what you need to for the future, and then get to that point, and then you don't end up enjoying it, you don't have that gratitude that you should be having for it. You know what I mean? So it's about finding that balance, redeveloping that balance in your life in multiple ways. And of course, one of which, as we mentioned, is in regards to, in this case, the future and the present moment. Because I don't feel like you're focused on the past. It's this feeling of you saying the past is the past. My future is what is of true significance. And you're correct. But again, the present moment is also important. Now, what you choose to and end up watering in the next 48, absolutely successful, all right? It's as if you almost, I want to say to an extent, have a Midas touch. You do something, but need to pace yourself and not rush once again, and it turns to gold. There's a foundation working to your advantage. Your roots are shining. Interesting. You also need to remember to drink a ton of water. because I do sense that some of which, as I'm getting the message of the Eight of Wands, are doing a ton of speaking, right? Or at least some significant speaking, and the weather for some, and potentially as well your dreams, okay, or more so your sleep in general, being connected to spirit, that's dehydrating you, and maybe even draining you. Yeah, I can relate. But the death and rebirth card, as well as the King of Pentacles, there's a confidence and a maturity about you, but you again feel very focused on financial matters, as things are transforming for you, right? It's the sense of you're in the middle of a transitional period where your world is getting ready to take a big churn over, okay, towards a lot more for yourself. I just felt a bit perplexed in the midst of that message, and you may feel that way to an extent, right? A lot of blanks, to be filled in moving forward, concern once again, and maybe even feeling a little bit concerned or in the dark in regards to how you're changing, all right? But I feel the need to pull one more oracle: stability. That's on your mind as well, and taking a focus. You might as well find that somebody else is looking different in your eyes for a random message coming through. This could be, either way, whether you once viewed them in a positive light and then now you're seeing them differently. You're not maybe to the extent of saying they're evil or even completely, toxic, but you're not seeing them in that pure light or that super positive light anymore. But it could be reversed, where you were seeing them in a negative light and now you're seeing them more positively, to whatever extent. But they're saying as well, you need to know that if something is about to happen negatively and it's intertwined with one, if not multiple people or aspects of your life, we will start to slowly, if not abruptly for a select few drawn to the reading, distance you from whoever or whatever that is, because you need to understand and remember it's one of the many ways that you're protected and guided. There's going to as well be moments in the next 48 where the energy just shifts as I struggle to speak. Whether you feel it in your bones, your actual physical energy, you could go from struggling to speak to speaking perfectly, or vice versa. But it feels more so a focus upon it going from not so great energy to better energy. And it doesn't feel like the best, but it feels like it's a positive transition. Now, I really do feel as if what you were focusing upon in the next 48 is super, super purposeful, but don't overdo it in regards to what you're focusing upon. Again, I feel like you're busy, even if you don't expect to be. And so when you get what you need to, or you accomplish what you need to when it comes to what you're focusing on to the next, okay? But again, don't rush. The Eight of Cups talks about moving towards happier waters, different things, more alignment all the meanwhile. Now, I feel like there's also going to be a highlighting of who is open, okay, to you, honest, and who is not to be trusted, all right? It feels like you're going to be more so, even if you're one like myself, to see people very clearly and see through the BS, which I feel a lot of you in this collective are. In the next 48, you will be seeing the clarity come to be, the illumination of who somebody, if not multiple people, actually are. I feel it's more than one person. But I also sense that you are buckling down and simply doing what you have to do. And this will give you justice moving forward. Okay, someone did you dirty and we will talk. Interesting. There's a lot of chitter chatter happening, whispering taking place. People really need to watch what they're doing, because people are noticing. There's also something about somebody being on camera, and that might be in more than one situation. Definitely giving me the message, the feeling of me being on camera here by choice. And then, of course, it's definitely a choice of mine to be working at my serving job, but we're very closely watched on the security cameras, to the extent of, at times, micromanaging. But look at this. We mentioned it already. There's a lot of speaking for a ton of Leos drawn to this reading. But this next 48 is going to feel like it's going by, or just heard lightning speed. But they're saying that that doesn't, again, give you the right to rush. That keeps coming up for a reason. It feels like you don't feel like time is on your side. You don't feel like you have enough time. You feel like the hourglass is running low. It's about to run out. Everything along your Leo path is transforming, coming to be, and even being removed very purposely in divine timing. And I know that phrase, divine timing, is said time and time again on this channel and otherwise in this tarot world. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like at times it doesn't digest completely, but it's going to need to in the next 48, because you will change things if you are scared of the future. You know what I mean? Scared of, you know, time running out. Just in the nick of time is what I'm hearing. Just in the nick of time. Your name is of significance. Your name. Now I'm hearing goofy nature. You bring the best out of people. I don't know why I feel the need to say that. It definitely reminds me of things being very stern and overly serious and even toxic at my serving job. And then I'm not trying to, like, you know, toot my own horn, if you will, is what I was just given phrase-wise. But, you know, I come into the situation, right, to start my shift or even beforehand, and things feel brighter. Things feel lighter. People are laughing more, right, enjoying themselves. And so there's something about that for you, even if it's you connecting with somebody at a distance, you know, text, phone call, online, you name it. The Four of Pentacles, bear with me. I do feel as if you need to be saving your money. Very, very importantly, okay? I didn't love that wording, but we're going to move on forward. There's something dry about a situation, but then you leave it in a state of nourishment is what I'm hearing. Interesting. You leave it in a state of plenty is what I'm getting. It doesn't feel as dry as the point. Maybe those messages were purposeful. I also feel like you're going to be thinking a lot about beginning again, or sparking something of importance from your past when you're alone. Again, take a deep breath, Leo, because it feels like your certain factors, energy-wise and otherwise in your life, are pushing you to lose your breath at times and feel a bit stressed. But then you're also doing that on top of it all to yourself at certain points. I'm being completely real with you. But if need be, I know this is a huge present kind of time, but more so future oriented next 2 days for you. If need be, we'll flash you back to the past when you were concerned about what lies ahead, and then things worked out exactly as they were meant to. You know, I'm being reminded of when I was deciding to shift from Los Angeles this last time to here in Bakersfield, and I was worried about the transition, okay, acquiring the moving van and, you know, or the truck rather, and whatnot. And then I remember gaining the booking of the truck, which I was concerned about because there was limited options at the time. And I heard one of my guides saying, "Can you please stop questioning us and how we support you and guide you?" That wasn't the exact wording, but the point is, things like this may be reminded to you in order to really secure in your mind, your awareness, and your belief system that things are going to work out because we have your back. Let's wrap up this reading by saying, plan, get ready for the future, do what you have to do because it's a busy time once again, but don't force it, don't rush. Allow for things to happen smoothly and things will work out in your favor, okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to book a personal reading with myself. Everything's down below. Love and light as always.